Shots serenade the New York Knicks. Carl Anthony towering beast and down low. Pain control, smash through the snow. Michael swatting dreams, our defense tight. Brooklyn Bridge jump, Michael height of sight. Knicks cave united, rally up the crew.
What's up, you two? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, the Knicks fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we do, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment. You want to know when the next video going to drop? Hit that notification bell. All right, y'all. Let's get into the video. Fat lady ain't singing yet. excuse me. All right, y'all. The Knicks survived because if you'd have went down 3-0, I don't know, but still, 4 games left, 2-1. Nobody has ever come back. No team have ever come back from a 2-game deficit. And the Knicks are in an unfortunate position right now. Great game. Y'all seen the thumbnail. We're going to get into that in a minute. But what I want to talk about is Charles Barkley had a con. I don't really agree with Charles Barkley a lot, but he had, he came out with a statement. What I've been saying all along, I was trying to get that audio up, trying to learn how to work this wavelength mix, so I could have brung y'all the audio. I didn't want to get a could have showed y'all the video, but I don't want to get a strike. But Barkley was absolutely right. He talked about Tom Thibodeau not using the bench, and when he said that was it out of desperation, you had Kenny the Jet Smith throwing some shade for Tom Thibodeau, but like I said, Barkley was right. People keep talking about we don't have a bench, and this is why y'all hear me always. It's like I'm disrespecting Tom Thibodeau. It's because we do have a bench. We have players that can spell Brunson, even if they're not going to come out and set the scoring on fire. We need Brunson to get a rest. We need Bridges to get a rest. We need Anunoby to rest. We need guys to spell other guys. When you look at Rick Carlisle and he running his 10-man, almost 11-man rotation, a lot of them guys is not out there for scoring. They out there just to wear the New York Knicks down. And as a coach, Tom Thibodeau should know this. And we got some sightings from Shamit, but one person was missing from the rotation that I wanted to see play was Precious Achua. But Siakam didn't have a crazy night like he had the other night. I wanted Achua in there specifically to guard Siakam. But he has 17 points, 19 points for Turner, 20 points for Halliburton. Carl Anthony Towns finally showed up. We're going to talk about him in a moment. But right now, we're going to talk about the bench for another more seconds. And I want to say, I don't know if y'all can see that, but in the comment section, you want to be a guest, you can hit it up, come in, bring in, I'll give you 5 minutes, speak your piece, you know what I'm saying? Join the Nick Cave, join the show. Excuse me. Whoever do happen to come in, you'll be the first guest of the Knicks show. So you'll be making the Knicks Cave history. But Shamit, I got Deuce McBride up here. We know Deuce McBride gonna get his run, and Deuce McBride have been great in this series as well as in the Boston series. And that Pistons series, a lot of people questioned him. You know what I'm saying? But he come on from the Boston. He carried over that Boston series to this Pacers series, and he's like our basically. I'm not gonna say our only spark off the bench because you seen what happened when Shammy came out. I was run their minutes and end their scoring, but it was all right. What troubles me is that I knew the next day everybody's gonna be talking about Tibbs was a genius when he made this move. But like I said, I started this show off talking about Charles Barkley questioning Tom Thibodeau's use of the bench, as I've been doing all season long. Now, I have 3 questions. Like I said, I would like a guest to come on so I can ask you, but I will just ask y'all and y'all can hit me in the comments. Matter of fact, let me check the comments because I'm not getting comments over here. So let me see if I even have any comments showing there. All right, I'm sorry I didn't have the comments in. Now I see y'all. What up, Audi? Braylon. I can't get the other one. Go back. I'm learning. I'm learning this thing right here. You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm starting to do lives. I'm learning this thing. Deuce. Deuce is the man, Braylon. Deuce is the man coming off the bench. But I think Shemmy could be a big contributor coming off the bench. If not a contributor, a distractor that which will help Brunson get open. But like I said, Tibbs need to expand the rotation. The only way we're going to beat the Pistons, excuse me, I don't know why I'm going back to the Pistons. The only way we're going to beat the Pacers is if he expand the rotation. Now, like I said, I knew when I woke up this morning, being that was Monday, even though Memorial Day, it was going to be a lot of talk shows on, sports shows on, and a lot of cats, commentators going to be talking about how Tibbs made the adjustment. But like I said, I rarely agree with Charles Barkley, and what Charles Barkley said, you see the thumbnail. It was out of desperation, and we can't keep making moves from out of desperation. He got to start the game off with a game plan. And what I mean by that, you notice whenever the Knicks have been starting the game, we have started the quarter off slow, the second quarter off slow, and then we trailing. Every game we're trailing and we're catching up. Right now, the New York Knicks is making history with the larger comeback wins in the recorded NBA play, excuse me, playoff history. And as exciting as it may be, and who doesn't love a good comeback? I'm tired of being in these situations. What up, Flea Adams? Salute to all Knicks platform. Thank you, bro. But I'm tired of us being in this position that we fighting back, you know what I'm saying? We get a lead and we don't hold a lead. And y'all heard me talk about that yesterday. Well, it's not yesterday, in my last video, how I felt like Tibbs should have left the squad that got us in the position to win the game, and maybe we would right now be sitting at a 2-1 lead instead of a 2-1 deficit. Now, the good thing about, well, I ain't gonna say good, but what a bright spot is that the Knicks are road warriors. They get busy on the road. You know what I'm saying? They actually, in my opinion, they play better on the road than they do at home. They have less pressure. So I'm gonna be real with you. I'm expecting the New York Knicks to take this game 4 in Indiana Pacers. I think Pacers is gonna come out trying to get back game 3, and they're gonna be just overcompensating for a lot of things. Excuse me. They're gonna be overcompensating, in my opinion. They're gonna be trying to do too much. Halliburton, uh, I wouldn't say, because when I say reason I say overrated, because they had you know, Wassercom and players voted him most overrated player. I'm not gonna lie, there was some years back that I would have wanted Halliburton on this team, especially before we got Jalen Brunson. And when he was playing for Sacramento before the Indiana Pacers made that trade, a lot of people were surprised that move was made. And Indiana has not, I know they have not regretted it. That was a good move on their behalf. But I ask y'all, we know the Pacers have a, fast offense transition. What can the Knicks do to stop the Pacers in game 4? Matter of fact, not just game 4, for the rest of the 4 games. We got 4 games left. The Knicks gonna have to win 3 of them games out of 4. Is it possible? Anything is possible. But is it something that we Knicks fans can look forward to? No, I don't really think so. But I still got faith in this team. I got faith in Brunson. I got faith in everybody on this team. You already know who my biggest issue is with. That's the coach. I think if Tibbs was our assistant coach, we'd be all right. You know what I'm saying? But that's a different story, right? Or for further down the video, I'm gonna have to talk about it because it is basically a thumbnail. But as we talk about the comebacks, we got to talk about Towns. Towns had a terrific game 3, game 1 and 2 in the fourth quarter. He only scored 2 points. We really can't blame him in the last game 2, because Tibbs benched him. And this is what I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna bring it up earlier than our 1 and 2. I'm gonna still be talking about Tibbs, but Brunson too, because I get a lot of pushback, you know what I'm saying? Maybe not on this channel, but in general from my friends and people I talk to in general in the street. And when I talk about the making of a great coach, knowing when to play your best player or sit your best player, sometimes you know, Tibbs got to know when to sit Brunson. And it's not only on Tibbs. Brunson got to realize when he don't have it that he got to know when to share the ball. And what I mean by that, I'm not trying to say that Brunson don't want to see nobody else like Brian that shine as bright as his, shine as bright as his light do. But he got to, like, for the years we've been starving for a point guard. And not only we got a point guard, we got a superstar in Jalen Brunson. But we still need a point guard. Pressures in the doghouse. I, right now, it ain't no Audi 100. It ain't no time for no doghouse. Precious is one of our best players. He's another defender, a body that can be on the floor, that can help defend, that can help give Anunoby the Anunoby need rest. Mikal Bridges need rest. I was I was calling for Dwight what's his White and Delon Wright, and he finally got some light. You know what I'm saying? But I would like to see more minutes as I speak. Let's check the minutes that they played. The Knicks minutes. Well, how many minutes these guys played? Dylan Wright, we had 13 minutes. Shamit had 11 minutes. Josh Hart coming off the bench. I think that's a smart move, but I don't really think it made a difference with Mitchell Robinson coming starting. Actually, I was a little bit worried being that it took away from offense, but then I thought about it. Josh Hart don't really contribute that much offense in the starting unit. Rebounds, and Mitchell Robinson basically do the same thing. Well, Josh Hart still got his 34 minutes coming off the bench. So it's basically like he was still playing. Tibbs was still playing his starting unit. McBride, 15 minutes, Wright, 13. Shamit got 11 minutes. Now, in order for the Knicks to be successful, and this is just my opinion, I think Shamit minutes will have to bunk up to at least 15, at least 17 minutes, or maybe 20 minutes per game. Wright can get 20 minutes. The bench should be averaging 20 minutes a game. That's my opinion. If Josh Hart can go to the bench, you know what he's going to average. He's going to mix Mitchell Robinson in and out at the right time because we know how it comes, Hacker Mitch. But the bench players should be averaging 20 minutes. And it should be four guys coming off the bench. It should be, well, we see that Mitchell Robinson is starting now, but Josh Hart, McBride, Dylan Wright, Laramie Shad. But then this is where you got to make it 10, man. I'm going to be real because I want to see Precious Chewer. I know you say he's in the doghouse, but I want to see a Chewer on the court, especially on Siakam. Because Siakam, in my opinion, he can be the difference maker. And we already seen that. You know what I'm saying? He can be that guy that can really get into the Knicks defense and hurt him. Because we really don't have anybody to match up well with him. I'm thinking Precious Chewer. I'm hoping Precious Chewer is that guy that can match up with Siakam. But if you look at it, Anunoby's too slow. Mikal Bridges is too small, and not strong enough. And because we got both of them guys out there, come on, man. I know y'all seen the fatigue in these guys. So the coach, I'm gonna ask y'all this: what do the Knicks? Because like I said, the Knicks have struggled, especially in the first quarter, second quarter, the first quarter really. What do Tibbs got to do other than you know expand the rotation? But what do he got to do? Because I'm tired of the ISO. And when Brunson go out the game, and we got Towns in the game, the ball still move. But when Brunson come in the game, we basically run an ISO offense. And I'm not gonna say it doesn't work because if it doesn't work, we wouldn't be where we at right now. But when it's the Eastern Conference Finals, Rick Carlisle is playing 11 men. Run more pick and rolls with Cat. I'm with that too. Matter of fact, I'm with running more pick and rolls with even one of our big men, whether it's Cat or Mitchell Robinson, because Mitchell Robinson can go to the hole strong. And a lot of times when Mitchell Robinson make that hard cut, he's waiting for the ball and he don't get it. And the last couple of games, people had questioned Mitchell Robinson's hands. Come on, he's fumbling the ball and it's not. Honestly, it's because he's not expecting the ball. He is so used to just getting there, waiting for the rebounds. He's not expecting Brunson to give him the ball. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you see him with the butterfingers at time. But if it was something that was implicated into this offense, more pick and roll, the Knicks would be a much dangerous team. Because if you watch any other offense or any other team, they basically kill us with the pick and roll. They kill us with the pick and roll. So Tibbs, other than expanding the rotation, Tibbs got to come up with a better offensive game plan if we're going to take game 4. And, I expect Brunson to have a good game, a breakout game, but I want Brunson to be under control, and I want Brunson to acknowledge that when he's not having a good game, the best way to hit for him to have a good game is to get everybody else involved. You know what I'm saying? What's up, No Stylistic in the building? Because a lot of people point out the fact that when Brunson was on the bench, Anunoby was averaging 20 points a game. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a fluke. That's because he was getting touches, decent amount of touches. Now, Jalen Brunson can just, what up, fam? What up? If Jalen Brunson can just, I want him to, I want him to be that captain. You know what I'm saying? I want him to be Captain Clutch, but I want him to be Captain Clutch when we need Captain Clutch. But if he could come out and just start spreading the ball more, the defense will have to relax on him because they're going to have to start respecting the other players. Not only with Anunoby would be in a rhythm, Bridges would be in a rhythm. I think they would make more shots if they get more touches early on. And this is one of the reasons I think why our offense struggled early in the first, especially in the first quarter, is that Brunson coming, he forced a lot of shots in that first quarter. Sometimes you don't even see Towns really get that many shots in the first quarter. And we all argue that, why Towns ain't doing that because it's Brunson's team, you know what I'm saying? And they all sit back and they take that second chair to Brunson. Now, like I said earlier, I'm not mad at Brunson. I'm glad we got Brunson, but for order for Brunson to be that point guard and not the superstar we need, because at one point we still need a point guard. We got a superstar, but we've been hankering for. We got an all-star in Carl Anthony Towns. My last video, y'all heard me. I got on a man hard. I talked about how soft he was, you know what I'm saying? But that was a reputation, and that's how he been playing. I was upset with that. Not only is he letting the players take him out of his game, he let the referees take him out of his game. When he get fouled, he falls. I'm tired of the flopping. And when he get up, he's complaining to the ref instead of getting back on defense so he can be help on defense instead of being a liability coming up the court. But like I said, the Knicks have got to stop putting themselves in deep holes where we have to be. I mean, I'm always for breaking records. You know what I'm saying? Making history. But this is not the type of history I want my team to be making. I am tired of comebacks. You know what I'm saying? And when we get a lead, I want us to hold the lead. And in order for us to hold the lead, whoever's playing the best at the time that we got the lead, whoever established that lead, they should play as long as they could until they start showing signs of fatigue. Now, I mean, even if it's not Brunson, because let's be real, each time last night in the game when the Knicks made their runs, Brunson was on the bench. He was on the bench. And now don't get me wrong. I'm not saying bench Brunson. That's the stupidest thing I would be ever come out of my mouth. But what I'm saying as a coach, you gotta know when to bench him and you gotta know when to bring him in. What up, Chris? Welcome to the Knicks Cave. Name is Jan and Knick fans. You can see some people might call me the angry Knick fan, but I'm not angry. I want a championship. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. I'm 50 something years old, and the last time the Knicks won a championship, I just started walking. You know what I'm saying? I'm just started walking. Some of y'all probably wasn't even born. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all, but out of my analytics, most of y'all that watch my channel is somewhere around my age anyway. So I know what y'all know my pain. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all know my pain. All right. I know y'all know my pain. Now, I don't know what Tibbs going to do, but like I said, Brunson as our captain, as our leader, Knicks will be 2025, 26 champion. I'm hoping so. I actually was going to make a shirt. You know what I'm saying? What's good, people? I've been tuned in already, knowing, man. Good. I'm glad you're a repeat watcher. I need that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a small channel. I'm trying to grow. Y'all know I usually do recordings. I'm trying to get into this live and You know what I'm saying? It's all right. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? I just want to have some guests so I can have somebody to talk to. And I would like to have your opinion. And I want y'all to get your opinion so that not only it's in the comments, so y'all can come out and say what y'all want. I'll give y'all a round table. If y'all got a disagreement, I'll let y'all come on here and work it out. But the Knicks, well, I'm not even gonna say the Knicks. Tom Thibodeau got to come up with a game plan other than isolation. And because when Brunson go to the court, to the bench, like I said, I don't like it. But what I've noticed is that the Knicks play better. And when Brunson was hurt, for them 15 games, you see more of a cohesive, more of a together team. Everybody depended on one another. They look for each other. It wasn't, I'm gonna take this shot right now because I know I'm not going to get a shot. You know what I'm saying? Knicks are going to win this series. Well, my prediction's in 6. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still like, if the Knicks win this game, my prediction is still good. That's all I can say. I say the Knicks can take this series in 6, but it just might go in game 7. And it would be fitting that we win this in game 7. It would be at our home. We would, cause remember last year, you know what I'm saying? They beat us. And I think it was at our home, game 7. But this time it would be at our home, victory, fans cheering. And it's the Eastern Conference final. It wouldn't be the semifinals, which was last year. I mean, I still got faith in this team, but that's only the coach. You know what I'm saying? The coach gotta have faith in the team. And what I mean by that, he got to have faith in the bench. You know what I'm saying? All year long, all you heard about the New York Knicks not having a bench. And then when there's a game that one of the bench players explode or save the game, like Shammy did in the Detroit series, you hear about, oh, this and that. But you never hear, well, you do, but you hear it very small because Paul Pierce said it. Kevin Garnett said it. I'm reciting Charles Barkley, somebody who I hate to agree with, but every now and then a clock is right. You know what I'm saying? A wrong clock is right. You know what I'm saying? A broken clock. Y'all know the saying. But Tibbs got to be able to make the adjustments on the moment. He got to get out of his stubborn ways. Richard Allen, Cat, and JB are so bad on D that Mitch has to be playing. And that's another thing about this team. Uh, this is why I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how much it would work, you know what I'm saying? But I was thinking that the Knicks should run a 2-3 or 3-2 zone. It probably would help mask, Cat and Jalen Brunson liability, the defensive um um liability, man. I mean, but at the same time, as I criticize Tom Thibodeau, you know what I'm saying? We here, you know what I'm saying? We're in the playoffs. We've been in the playoffs almost ever since he took over the team. So, I mean, I just want a championship, you know what I'm saying? And I know I might be reaching for a lot with this team, but I think it's the next time. And I think if we had a coach that knew how to adjust or this play within this century, you know what I'm saying? What I mean by that, this, the game have evolved, you know what I'm saying? Evolve with the game. I think we need an offensive coach, somebody in there that run plays. And I don't know what Rick Brunson doing. I thought, bringing in my man, damn, what's his guy name? He's right on my tip of my tongue. Mo Cheeks. I thought he was gonna have a bigger influence on the offense. Um, I think when Johnny Bryant left, it kind of hurt the coaching staff. But I just mean, Tibbs got to do something. You know what I'm saying? Our hope is still alive. I ain't Jesse Jackson, but the hope is still alive right now. We still have a chance. Fat lady's in the dressing room. She can't figure out what dress she about to put on. So as long as she don't know what she doing, the Knicks got a chance. You know what I'm saying? And if we win game 4, it's over for the Pacers. I really think that we take the game at Indiana, it's over for the Pacers. And I do think that the Knicks will come home, and in Knicks fashion, probably lose that game and then go to Indiana and win that game, then come back to the Garden and win that game. But I'm hoping that we just take this game and we do it in game 6, you know what I'm saying? And we do it on their floor. We come back, we win tomorrow night, come back to the Garden and win that game and go back, and that would be history because I don't think any other team any team other than a sweep have won 4-game road. So 4 games in a row. So I think that would be making history. And I don't know, man. This things got to change around for this team. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get ready to get up out of here because we're about to get close to that game. Um, Timberwolves. I did have the New York Knicks and the Wolves meeting in the NBA Finals. The Wolves won their game. The Knicks following suit. They both 2-1. But we're gonna see what the Thunder do tonight. I actually think the Wolves are gonna come out, and I ain't gonna say they dominated them the last game. I don't know if they're gonna dominate the Thunder, but I think they're gonna take this game. The advantage that they have is that they are home. The disadvantage that the New York Knicks have is that they are at the Pacers home to a TD Garden, wherever that place is called. But like I said, the good thing is that the New York Knicks are road warriors. We go on a road and we take care of business. And it's kind of sorry to see that we taking care of more business on the road than we are taking at home. But yeah, the Knicks is gonna do their thing. Brunt is gonna break out. Carl Anthony Towns is gonna hope he stay consistent. It's time for Anunoby to have another 30-point game. Mikal Bridges, I'm cool with Mikal Bridges, right? Has Tibb ever played a zone D? What does he have against? He's supposed to be the. I don't know, man. It's a lot of trapping, a lot of icing, a lot of forcing guys to the long two. Well, in today's game, the open three, because that's what we leave a lot of guys with the open three. Like, I go back to the Boston series. I was not surprised. I knew the New York Knicks was going to win that series. Now I'm in a little bit doubt because, come on, let's be real. We're in a position with 2-1. We're down 2 games to 1. But I still have faith in this team. You know what I'm saying? I still have faith in the team. As you look at the Pacers and you see what they do when they play their rotation and how they balance the minutes out for their starters and for their bench. Now look at their bench. You got 17 minutes for Shepard, TJ McConnell, which is killing us, 15 minutes. Then you got Bradley. Now this is what I'm talking about being a coach. And when being a coach about making risky moves. Bradley, I don't think Bradley played in that series against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I don't think they played Miami the earlier series. I don't think they played in that series against Miami, or was it Chicago? I forget who they played in the first round. But this is what I mean about being a coach, taking chances. You know what I'm saying? Another body which was in there just to slow the Knicks down, wear them down. You know what I'm saying? Then you had Obi Toppin, a favorite of Knicks fans, and a lot of us were sad to see him go. And we cannot forget that he called out Tom Thibodeau. He called Tom Thibodeau out. We win if Tibbs go 9. I'm without pain, and that means that would be Precious Achua coming in there. And you're right, we win if we go 9-man rotation. We definitely will win this series if we go 9-man rotation because Carlisle is playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. You know what I'm saying? 10-man rotation. You know what I'm saying? So Tibbs got to do something, and he got to do something other than out of desperation. But with that being said, I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy, God bless, and peace.